Okay.
And let me know if something is very uncomfortable.
No, that net going around my head isn't some new device to stimulate hair growth, but that would be interesting.
You don't mind this going on social media right now, right?
Sure, no, go right ahead.
Turns out those little white plugs are sensors. There's 128 of them, and they are used to record what the brain is doing. It's groundbreaking research. Scientists at the University of North Carolina Chapel Hill School of Medicine are using the sensors to not only see what the brain is doing, but also to figure out the brain's language and then talk to the brain.
Which is really the electricity. So we're developing novel brain stimulation approaches to treat disorders such as depression and schizophrenia. And what we're doing is we're essentially just trying to speak the right language. Brain cells use electricity to talk with each other. So we're also using electricity, I should say very weak electricity, to talk to them.
The sensors allow researchers to pinpoint specific brain activity in the cerebral cortex. That's the brain's outer layer. It's the most highly developed part of the brain, and it's where the brain processes most of the information it receives. The cerebral cortex is divided into 4 lobes, each with a specific function. The frontal lobe is involved with decision-making, problem-solving, and planning. The parietal lobe processes sensory information, such as smell and touch. The occipital lobe is involved with vision, and the temporal lobe processes memory, emotion, hearing, and language.
So this is going to record brain activity all
over. But it's mostly from the surface, so it's cortex, which is the outermost part of the brain.
At the center of the research is the understanding of neural oscillations. Those are the electrical patterns the brain uses to communicate and to process information. The waveforms differ from patient to patient and by what the person is doing. But once researchers identify the signals associated with the activity they are interested in, they can learn the language the brain is using and talk to the brain.
We pick up these electric signals, and in real time, as it happens, we detect the different rhythms, and depending on what rhythms we detect, we then decide, again, it's a computer in a closed-looped way, we decide how to stimulate and target these rhythms.
This method of talking to the brain is called transcranial current stimulation. It uses a very weak electrical current, about 1 to 2 milliamps. That's roughly the power produced by a 9-volt battery. Researchers say they aren't overriding what the brain is doing, they are adding to the conversation.
So what we're trying to do is we try to listen in and see what the brain is doing, maybe not quite perfectly, and then we go and enter that dialogue and say, yeah, we like this, do a little bit more of this. Well, that other rhythm, no, we don't want this. Let me show you an alternative. So it's really kind of the gentle way of interacting or creating a dialogue with the brain or its activity. So what we're trying to do, one of the approaches we've developed with the stimulation is to have multiple stimulation electrodes and give them all the same signal or the same clock. So we synchronize them or make them essentially line up in time. And that's important because essentially each time at the peak of the oscillation, that's when the neurons are most active and they can best respond to input.
So you're looking at the signal, if you will, for creativity, and if this is the signal, you need to send that signal into the brain.
Yes.
To talk to the rest of the brain.
Yes.
The brain's activity isn't always this easy to understand. It's more often like this. After all, the brain is processing a lot of information at once. But if the brain's rhythm patterns can be understood, those patterns can be enhanced to help people with depression, schizophrenia, and other conditions.
And that's what we try to develop in our lab and through clinical trials, to have new treatments which could work together with medication, to have a separate, different approach to help these patients.
So how are you going to get the brain to do that? You have to learn what it is that keeps someone stuck in a state, and then tell the brain through synchronized neuronal firing that, oh, we want you to change what you're doing. We want you to no longer be stuck in this particular combination of neural computations that we wind up experiencing as feelings and thoughts. And we want you to shift that so that now the program, if you will, that you're using for interacting with the world is going to be a different one.
Early results of the research are promising. 2 clinical trials are now planned using brain stimulation to treat patients with major depressive disorders.
The brain is exquisitely sensitive to frequencies, to timing, to sequence, to intervals.
So if we can manipulate brain activity and restore their cognitive function, that would have an amazing, powerful impact on these patients' life.